As dawn breaks over the African savanna, a small band of Homo habilis stirs. Their day begins with the rising sun, the golden light revealing a harsh but familiar world. Survival depends on unity. Families gather close, sharing warmth and safety before venturing out into the wild. Tools in hand, they prepare to search for food, the endless task of survival. With the safety of numbers, the group moves into the savanna, watchful, cautious, always aware of unseen dangers. Keen eyes scan the earth for roots, nuts, and edible plants, the small treasures that sustain them. Water brings life and danger. At the river's edge, food and risk lie side by side. Food is shared, not hoarded. Survival is collective. But they are never alone. The savanna watches back. Predators may be closer than they seem. A sharp cry pierces the air, a warning passed through instinct and survival. Strength lies in numbers and in retreat. The band withdraws, seeking safety among rocks and trees.
The lioness lingers, but Homo habilis has learned caution. Their thin bodies scramble into the safety of low acacia trees. Stillness is survival. Homo habilis watches silently, their large eyes fixed on the predator below. Patience outlasts hunger. The lioness drifts away, leaving Homo habilis to descend once more into their world of struggle. One by one, the weary Homo habilis clamber down, their skinny frames cautious yet determined. The hunger never fades. Homo habilis resumes foraging, turning stones, cracking seeds, and searching for the smallest meal. In unity lies survival. Homo habilis works together, each task feeding the strength of the band. Scent and sound guide them. Homo habilis follows the trail of scavengers, hoping to find a meal left behind by greater hunters. The savanna offers death as well as life. Homo habilis nears a carcass, but must act quickly before rivals arrive.
That is some good bone.
With crude tools, Homo habilis unlocks hidden nutrition, the marrow inside bones, a vital gift of survival. Every meal is fragile. As Homo habilis feeds, danger always lurks in the distance. The midday sun bears down on the savanna. Skinny, malnourished Homo habilis wipes dust and sweat from their dark skin as the grasses shimmer in the heat. Water is rare. Homo habilis treks toward a shallow pool, their sunken eyes fixed on relief. But the savanna belongs to many. As Homo habilis drinks, another presence emerges, a troop of baboons. Both groups seek the same prize. Tension hangs in the air as baboons edge closer, testing the will of Homo habilis. For the first time in history, a weapon is cast. Homo habilis hurls stone toward rival primates, a gesture of defiance. The victory is brief but vital. Homo habilis claims the waterhole, their unity stronger than their fear. Rehydrated, Homo habilis searches anew. Dry grass hides seeds, roots, and insects. Tiny lifelines in a vast land. Protein comes not from the hunt, but from the soil. Homo habilis feeds eagerly on termites and grubs. But predators roam. As Homo habilis forages, the tall grass shifts with the stealth of a stalking hyena. A warning grunt erupts. Instinctively, Homo habilis rises, tools in hand, eyes wide with fear. As the African sun dips, shadows stretch long. Skinny, malnourished Homo habilis presses on, their deep-set eyes scanning the land before nightfall. The smell of death guides them. Homo habilis follows vultures once more, seeking scraps left by greater hunters. Fortune favors the scavenger. The remains of a zebra lie half-consumed, a chance for Homo habilis, if they dare. Hunger outweighs fear. With crude stone tools, Homo habilis tears into scraps of flesh and marrow. But danger never lingers far. Hyenas circle the edge of the clearing, eyes glowing in the dusk. Both scavenger and predator claim the same meal. Homo habilis grips stone tools, ready to defend their prize. Strength is not in battle, but in survival. Outnumbered, Homo habilis abandons the kill, retreating to safety. Exhausted, Homo habilis seeks shelter in rocky outcrops, their bones weary, their stomachs half-satisfied. By chance or lightning, fire flickers in the distance. For Homo habilis, flame is both mystery and salvation. Drawn by fear and fascination, Homo habilis gathers near the flames, a first encounter with the power of fire. The sun fades, and the savannah transforms. Skinny, malnourished Homo habilis huddles close, their deep-set eyes wide in the encroaching dark. The savannah grows cold. Their thin frames shiver as night wind sweeps through the grasses. In darkness, predators reign. Lions prowl unseen, their growls vibrating through the night air. A lion's roar shatters the night. Instinct grips Homo habilis, their bodies tense with primal fear. Survival is unity. Homo habilis forms a circle, their primitive stones and bones lifted against the unseen hunters. In desperation, they lift a burning branch. Firelight pushes back the night, and the predators retreat. Fire is both friend and terror. Skinny Homo habilis gazes in awe, their faces lit with orange glow, unsure of its power. For the first time, fire shields them. Lions fade into the night, and Homo habilis breathes again. Curiosity overcomes fear. Homo habilis touches embers, learning slowly the warmth and safety fire brings. Under the watch of fire, Homo habilis survives the night. Fear lingers, but so does a spark of discovery. Dawn breaks. Skinny, dark-skinned Homo habilis with deep-set eyes and ribs visible lift their heads to the returning warmth of the sun. Ashes smolder. Homo habilis, their dark faces lit with curiosity, poke and prod the remains of the night's flame. A mother keeps her young close. In this world, every sunrise is survival. Grooming brings trust. Fingers search through hair, removing parasites, binding the group in fragile unity. As the sun warms, Homo habilis rise slowly, stiff joints bending, ready to face another day of survival. The simplest tools carry promise. Skinny Homo habilis turn river pebbles into weapons, their eyes fixed with intent. Shards become blades. The first sparks of ingenuity glint in the morning light. Curiosity meets purpose. The edge of stone is tested on wood, and the world begins to change. One discovery is shared. Others gather, watching, imitating, repeating. Knowledge is survival. From the ashes of fear, Homo habilis rises with tools in hand. Dawn is not just light, it is the beginning of invention.
The sun climbs higher. Skinny Homo habilis squint at the glare, their ribs stark under the unforgiving light. The herd leaves its trace. Homo habilis track hoofprints, dark eyes scanning the earth for signs of food. Cautious steps. Homo habilis creep forward, stone tools clutched tight, eyes fixed on the grazing herd.
We must keep going!
Speed betrays them. The wildebeest scatter, far faster than the malnourished hunters. Failure is not the end. Skinny Homo habilis search for leftovers, sniffing for death on the wind. But they are not alone. Hyenas arrive, their cackles warning Homo habilis of rival scavengers. Stone meets teeth. The fight for scraps erupts in dust and fury. Outmatched, Homo habilis retreat. Hunger drives them forward, but not always to victory. When meat is lost, plants sustain. Homo habilis strip wild figs and share among their kind. In giving, trust grows. Each mouthful is survival shared. By late morning, thirst drives skinny Homo habilis across the shimmering savanna toward the promise of water. At the waterhole, giants dominate. Elephants drink, their tusks gleaming, while Homo habilis linger at the edge. Patience is survival. Homo habilis wait, ribs tight with hunger and thirst, knowing one wrong move could mean death. When the giants step back, skinny Homo habilis creep forward, desperate for water. But the water hides death. Crocodiles lie beneath, patient hunters of the unwary. In an instant, the water explodes. A crocodile strikes, jaws snapping at the thin-limbed prey. Luck spares them. The crocodile misses, and Homo habilis scramble back in chaos. Nearby, vultures circle. A drowned antelope drifts in the shallows, and Homo habilis sees the chance. But the scavenger's world is never theirs alone. Hyenas smell the kill and close in once more. Outnumbered, Homo habilis retreat once again. Thirst quenched, hunger unsatisfied, the waterhole gives and takes in equal measure. By midday, the savanna turns hostile. The sun punishes every living thing, and skinny Homo habilis stagger onward. In the distance, vultures circle. The promise of flesh draws Homo habilis to a half-eaten zebra corpse. With crude stones, Homo habilis strike bone, desperate for marrow, nature's last hidden treasure. Inside, marrow, fat and life itself. For a moment, survival tastes sweet. But others wait. Vultures dive, wings spread, battling for scraps against the desperate primates. The sound of bone crunchers carries across the heat. Hyenas appear, ready to steal what little remains. But the greatest danger comes not from beasts, but from their own kind. Rival Homo habilis emerge from the grass. Voices rise, stones lift. For the zebra's remains, kin turns predator. Outnumbered, the weaker band breaks. They flee into the heat, carrying only wounds and hunger. The victors remain, gnawing the last dry flesh, while vultures wait for the end. On the savanna, even victory is bitter. From the edge of the grass, Homo habilis watch. Gazelle graze, unaware of hungry eyes upon them. Cautiously, ribs heaving, the Homo habilis creep forward, step by step. Predators for the first time. Without language, they use glances and gestures, crude signals of a new idea to hunt together. But patience fails. One breaks too soon. Instinct overruns strategy. In an instant, the herd explodes. Gazelles scatter, leaving Homo habilis gasping in dust. Exhausted, they collapse, ribs pumping, stones still clutched but useless. But hunger drives them again. They spread wider, learning from failure. The trap collapses, their timing falters, and prey bursts free between them. But they are not the only hunters. The commotion has drawn sharper eyes. In a blur, the leopard explodes. Now Homo habilis are prey again. Blood on the dust, a Homo habilis lies torn, while the others retreat in shock. Fear is the teacher of the wild. With trembling hands, they touch the wound. Instinct, not knowledge, guides their care. Survival born of trial. As night falls, fire becomes their shield. Shadows dance across ribs and faces, holding predators at bay. They huddle close, ribs pressed against ribs. Fear binds them, but so does something more, the spark of togetherness. On this ancient plain, hunger, fear, and fire shape survival. From these fragile beginnings, all human journeys will rise. 2 million years ago, Homo habilis stood at the edge of survival. In their struggle, our story began.